Magandang gabi po. The problem with receiving awards like this is that you do not really know if you deserve the award. You should have asked my wife or my children. But do you know why I decided to accept this award? When I told my beloved wife about this award, I saw the excitement on her face. And the first thing that she asked was this: should I buy a new dress? The second reason why I accepted this award is this: I do not want to deprive my wife the golden opportunity to tell her parents, you see, I did not make a mistake in marrying my husband. On a serious note, brothers and sisters, I received this award less for myself and more for my wife. She is the bigger part of this award. She has always been the bigger part of our marriage. In our marriage, she is truly the better half, not my bitter half. She is so much better than me in practically every aspect. She does things more beautifully, more effectively, more gently than I do. She makes all the little things beautiful in our marriage, in our family. She makes the difficult easy. And it is because of her that we have a wonderful marriage and that we have 4 wonderful children. So my dear brothers and sisters, please oblige me. Can you please give a big round of applause to that wonderful woman out there? A great heart, a great mother, a devoted wife. And can you please give a big round of applause to my 4 wonderful children? Who, despite being myself, turned out to be wonderful children. When I was much younger, I served as an altar boy in Kabankalan. I love that part of my life. Since I was near the altar, I always believed that I was near God. So I took my role as an altar boy seriously. I prayed to God a lot. And one of the often repeated prayer that I did was asking God to send me a special angel who can guide me and help me every day of my life. I really believe that God answered that prayer. And I believe that the angel God sent to me is in the form of my wife. Yeah. By the way, her full name is Angelica. But God sent me an angel who gets angry at me, who shouts at me when I do terrible things. This is an angel who drives me crazy sometimes. I also wish that my papang and my mamang are here with me. But my papang passed away in 1993, while my mamang is 85 years old, is in the hospital these days, and is barely lucid. I really wish I could share this award with them. I am who I am today because of their love and sacrifices for me and my siblings. God has been so good to me. He has blessed me with so much. He sent me many wonderful people who helped me in my life. And among these wonderful people that He gave me are my father-in-law and mother-in-law, Atty and Atty. They accept me for what I was, and they continue to accept me for what I am, because they have no choice. And believe me, brothers and sisters, they are the most wonderful parents in the world. Thank you, Dad. Thank you, Mom. Of course, brothers and sisters, it is really my firm belief that there are many others who are more deserving of this award than me. Let me cite a few. Of course, Atty and Atty. Then there is Tito Mario and Tita Inday Neri, both 82 years old. Former national president couple of the Christian Family Movement. And they recently celebrated their 60th wedding anniversary, renewal, and they made me a Nino. I saw how beautiful their family is, and I saw how beautiful the children are today, and the great grandchildren are today. I believe that they deserve this award more than I do. And of course, there is Attorney Pete and Wilma Kua, the president couple today of CFM, who are spending so much of their time, efforts, and resources to bring harmony and love to countless homes and families around the country. And of course, I would like to mention Tito Tony and Tita Mambi Aquino, Tito Bon and Tita Nina, who are our elder couples in our Unit 10 in CFM. These are great and wonderful couples and models for us. Brothers and sisters, all these people that I mentioned are CFM members. In fact, within the nationwide community of CFM alone, there are a lot of people who are more deserving of this award than me. For CFM is truly a wonderful organization. It has saved and kept intact many families around the country. It has mellowed the egos and the pride of many husbands and wives. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. It has brought harmony to many countless homes. CFM is doing God's work on earth among our families. At this juncture, I really wish to thank deeply the leaders, the elders, the officers, and the members of the Church of Jesus Christ of the Latter-day Saints. But not so much for me, but for this award itself, that you give every year to leaders and personalities to promote good family values around the country. Truly, you are doing a fantastic job of helping build our nation. Not only one family at a time, but many families at a time. By this award, you could be saving many families from ruin, and you could be bringing happiness to countless children around the country. Brothers and sisters, I speak to you tonight with so much faith in the Filipino, with so much faith in our potential as a people. Despite the many problems that we face as a nation, as a people, I continue to believe that the Filipino is one of the most wonderful human beings in the world. I believe that the Filipino is one of the kindest persons on earth. I believe that the Filipino is one of the most caring and one of the most helpful persons in the world. Ang puso po ng Pilipino ay isa sa pinakamalaki sa mundo. And because of that, I really believe that the Filipino today is one of the best hopes of humanity for a better world. I am also a firm believer that God has blessed us with a beautiful and a bountiful country. Our Philippines is one of the richest in the world when it comes to natural resources. But since God is very fair, He did not only give us good things, He also gave us the bad things. That's why He gave us many corrupt leaders. Senators and congressmen. And do you want a joke for a while? Stealing of public funds. Do you know the difference of stealing public funds in the US, in Japan, and in the Philippines? In the US, stealing of public funds is against the law. In Japan, stealing public funds is against family honor and against the law. In the Philippines, stealing public funds is for official use only. You want another joke? You know the difference between when corrupt government officials get caught in China, in Japan, and in the Philippines? When corrupt government officials get caught in China, pwede silang mabitay. When corrupt government officials get caught in Japan, they commit harakiri or they go to jail. In the Philippines, when corrupt government officials get caught, they go to St. Luke's. Some of them, they go to Makati Men. My brothers and sisters, your dream for our country is also my dream. Like all of you, I also dream of a beautiful Philippines, a Philippines that is beautiful in its marks to progress and prosperity, where there is enough for everyone, where no Filipino is left behind in poverty, a country that seeks prosperity for all and not only for a few, a society where every person is treated as a brethren, where people live as one community and one family. But our country today is so far away from that dream of Philippines. According to the September 2014 SWS survey, 43% of our people consider themselves food poor, or that is roughly 43 million Filipinos. Or around 21% of our people also consider themselves as hungry. According to Senator Grace Poe, 15 million of our children today are hungry on a regular basis. And the gap between the rich and the poor in our country is very wide. According to Credit Suisse Global Wealth Watch, published last month in the Philippine Daily Inquirer, 10% of the Filipinos own 76% of the wealth and the resources in our country, while 1% owns 35% of the wealth and resources in our country. What is the solution? Is it intelligence? Is it leaders with great education? But in the 1950s and 1960s, our Philippines had more graduates from Harvard, Stanford, Princeton, and Cambridge than South Korea, Singapore, and Malaysia. Despite that, how come South Korea, Singapore, and Malaysia progressed, and we did not? And also, for a total of 76 years in the past 100 years, the presidents of our country were either graduates of UP or Ateneo, for a total of 76 years in the past 100 years. How come we did not progress? Brothers and sisters, if you would ask me, the solution is love. True love for one another. True love, the one that is pure and devoted, is the real answer. Leaders who truly love their people would stay awake at night and would work till the tranquil hours of dawn until they find the formula or the way to lift their people out of poverty. For true love does not tire. True love does not stop. True love is persistent until it finds the way. Unfortunately, in our country today, that is not the case. Many of our people, many of our leaders suffer from spiritual poverty. They love so much themselves and their immediate families. They love so much their power and their material wealth, but less love for the people around them. Brothers and sisters, the God that we Christians believe in is a God who commands us to care for the least, the last, and the lost. He is a God who tells us that whenever we feed the hungry, we feed God Himself. It is our divine duty to fight for those who are too weak to fight for themselves. We who are strong must lend our strength to the weak amongst us. We who have much must share with those who have none or less. We who have been blessed have the divine duty to use those blessings to bless others. Only true love for one another can make us whole. Only true love for one another can make us one family as a people. Only true love can bring prosperity to all. Brothers and sisters, as Christians, it is our divine duty to do God's work on earth in our country where He planted all of us. With God's love as our weapon, let us repair our country. With God's love as our weapon, let us rebuild our nation. Let us work very hard to make our country beautiful in the eyes of our Lord. God bless all of you, and may God use of you wonderfully and mightily for our country and our people. Maraming salamat.